Welcome to Average Dude's Slow Pitch.
Yo, Hendo here, the Average Dude's Slow Pitch. Today we're getting a chance to bring out the all-new Miken Super Freak. This is going to be a one-piece 12.75 max load. So pretty much same specs as you saw with KP's 873 that came out not too long ago. So interested to see how this one feels, compares to that one, how the compression kind of looks with those ones as well. We obviously really like the 873. If you haven't seen that video, go back, check it out. But either way on this one, we'll start with a couple 52s, then roll into ProMs like normal. On this field here, we're at 310 all the way around. We're just waiting for that sun to set. We got moved fields like last minute because they had some baseball makeup games from the normal 360 field we're on. So on this one, the only downside is the sun sets almost directly behind center field. So we've got about 20-ish minutes for that'll set. So when you see the swings, it's gonna be light under the lights, which is kind of nice. Good news here in New Mexico right now, it's about 82, 83 degrees right now, still pretty warm. It's gonna be a low tonight of 75, so at no point while we're hitting will it drop below that. But let's go ahead and get this thing on the tester, see where it's at, come back out here with our 52s, ProMs, and then back to the garage for final compression, final thoughts. Good to go.
Okay, here we go. Got the Miken Super Freak in our hands. It is a 12 3/4 inch barrel. Max load, that means it's a 1/2 ounce. And according to what Hendo was telling me is that it has the same specs as the 873. So I swung the 873, had a good showing with it. So let's go ahead and see what the Super Freak's gonna do. Here we go with the 52s.
82 miles per hour.
Okay. We got the Diddy Bat here, aka the Super Freak, one piece.
97 miles per hour.
Junior would throw strikes.
78 miles per hour.
Hmm.
84 miles per hour.
8 times in a row.
Hell no.
74 miles per hour.
Nice easy swing. Didn't take much.
94 miles per hour.
I mean, hell.
It's hitting those 52s good.
84 miles per hour.
Sorry, Junior.
93 miles per hour. 78 miles per hour.
It's got a really stiff feel to it. It's still very controllable. Probably a little bit of break-in time with these 52s, but it's just a little stiff on the stiff side.
94 miles per hour. 81 miles per hour. 76 miles per hour.
Okay, so there's a Super Freak by Miken, 12 3/4 inch barrel, max end load, 1/2 ounce, and had 27 ounce. Real stiff with the 52s for me, because I don't have a whole lot of bat speed to go with it. But ultimately, I mean, it's pretty solid, decent feedback. I squared up most of those, but we'll turn it over to guys who got faster hands than I do.
96 miles per hour.
All right, well, since it's only you and PK swinging 52s, you got to get the 52 feedback right now.
Damn it. Hold on. Not a breath. I'm fat.
No, that's true.
No, good feedback. Has a lot of carry on it. I mean, when you miss up and down the barrel, you can tell it's not a lot of stinging. It's more so you can feel it doesn't feel as sweet as actually hitting the sweet spot on it. But overall, it's good. A lot of carry off it. A lot of my misses were still going like 320 plus, so that'll get you out of most fields unless you play in the big fields.
All right, so you saw the 52 swings there from Keith and PK. Keith talked a little bit about it there. A little bit of that stiffer feel that really helped the 52s kind of jump off this one. Now we're jumping into some ProMs. Again, you'll see myself, Junior, and then PK with some of the ProM swings here on this one.
102 miles per hour.
Well, that was definitely the sweet spot right there, and a very nice crack sound.
All right, guys, got the Super Freak 1/2 ounce end load, 12 3/4 inch barrel. Going to ProM, see what we got.
88 miles per hour. 90 miles per hour.
Okay.
Okay.
103 miles per hour.
Yeah, very nice, kind of like a stiffer crack type of sound off that sweet spot. Obviously, we'll see as we start to move away from that what that speed looks like as far as the forgiveness goes, and if there's kind of a softer type feel. But so far, immediately, I think with KP's bat, there was the 873 that is, there was a little bit of a blend of, you still got kind of that real crack sound, but it was a slightly softer feel than we've got so far with this one, which I think really helped with some of the carry. So obviously we'll lift some here in a little bit, see what the carry looks like out of this one. But just like I mentioned before, this one's got definitely a stiffer feel, whereas KP's had a little bit more of that almost two-piece feel while using a one-piece, which kind of gave you the best of both worlds. But again, there's Miken kind of making sure their bats are at least a little bit different so that you're not just buying like repaints, things like that.
92 miles per hour.
Oh, handle.
91 miles per hour.
Yeah, when you catch the handle, definitely a stiffer type bat there. That one just tailed in a little bit and mistimed it, but also trying to keep some pressure off his left knee. Got the KT tape on there and a knee brace. Trying to let it heal up in the next week and some change before we go to our military duel, followed by the very next weekend we got the Chattahoochee conference event. So we'll go through the healing process here for that.
87 miles per hour.
See, it's got more of that traditional feel with the ProMs.
It does.
It's not as, because like the KP 837 or 873 felt a little bit like almost a two-piece, one-piece blend, where this one's more of a traditional one-piece feel.
Definitely. Definitely got that stiffness to it, but the trampoline effect is...
82 miles per hour.
That poor girl just want to go to the bathroom. PK tried to kill her.
Hey, at least I didn't try to hit a dog.
76 miles per hour. $85 miles per hour.
Through.
92 miles per hour.
Hey!
103 miles per hour.
But yeah, when you catch the sweet spot, I mean, it's every bit of what you want.
76 miles per hour.
Has pretty good feel. It's got a different little cracking sound than I think I remember seeing, and the feel is not soft, but it's not stiff. Easy to control through the hands though. That half-ounce end load makes it pretty easy, but
It's that kind of stiffness you get before the blue chew.
right? Blue chew. No, but when it comes to these super freaks, they're very consistent. It's hard to miss, and even the misses seem pretty forgiving. So far, I've squared up most of the balls, but we'll see what we got here going in.
Oh, and that's off the end cap.
77 miles per hour.
End cap works.
95 miles per hour.
That felt just low of sweet spot, most likely. And we went into the parking lot and almost hit that truck that was driving over there. Didn't even see him come from the left side. But yeah, so definitely still good carry, as we talked about there. And yeah, we'll just, like I said, we don't need a ton of swings here, but we'll see how this thing continues to perform for us. And then compression when we get back home.
80 miles per hour.
You know, it almost has those Easton what fucking bats are those? Those
Tantrum and the alpha?
the tantrums, yeah. It has a tantrum / alpha feel initially, as far as how it feels and how it sounds. But we'll see how we go here with these next couple swings.
92 miles per hour. 91 miles per hour.
Yep, there's low in the barrel towards the handle again. So this reminds me a little bit more of a traditional style one piece, where for the guys who take a lot of BP, you're pretty consistent with the sweet spot area. You get exactly what you want on performance, carry, all that kind of stuff, feedback. But as soon as you get a little bit low, high, you are going to lose a decent amount of that performance there. While again, that one carried pretty well. Again, low kind of 90s. It's still obviously a decent drop off from that sweet spot we've seen so far. Now with more swings, I mean, we got no webbing in this thing yet. Obviously not a whole bunch of swings. We'll see if that kind of opens up and just leads to a larger type of sweet spot and forgiveness.
91 miles per hour. 94 miles per hour.
Those last two.
105 miles per hour.
Yes, sir.
93 miles per hour.
Whoa, PK.
103 miles per hour.
Yeah, super consistent. We're swinging a 27. Again, it's a half ounce. I normally swing 27 for most bats, and it feels pretty true and easy to control. Definitely don't have to worry about an exaggerated end load and trying to keep that bat head from dipping.
93 miles per hour.
Well, that'll do it for the Super Freak, guys. Again, it's not a bad bat. It has good forgiveness. It has good feel. If you like that softer ProM feel, this is probably going to be the bat for you. It has good forgiveness, good control for the one piece, and pretty good little bat right here by Miken.
89 miles per hour.
Okay, Miken Super Freak. So I listened to everybody else when they were swinging through, and I know the junior was saying that he felt like he was familiar with it as the alpha and the tantrum. Me, on the other hand, for a slower swinger, not as much pop in the bat, I kind of felt it. I don't know how to say it, Hendo, like very stiff, but a lot of trampoline off the bat.
I think it was stiff, but the sweet spot and a little bit of around the sweet spot still give you that trampoline to eliminate some of the
There, and the forgiveness on it. I know I hit quite a few off the end cap, a few off the hands, and it was very forgiving. There wasn't a whole lot of sting in it, like other bats that I've used in the past. But I've always been a fan of Miken. I don't know why. Call me crazy, but this is a good bat to have in your bag if you're a one-piece fan. If you're not a one-piece fan, I would say stay away from it. Not really. If you're a one-piece fan, this is good for you. If you're a two-piece fan, it still does a good job. There you go.
99 miles per hour.
Yep, there's all the carry you want there. This thing feels real nice. There it is.
105 miles per
Holy
hour.
moly, that's every bit of the sweet spot. Yep, so that'll wrap it up there for the Miken Super Freak. Again, we got about, between the two of those guys, 30 to 40 52s, and then we're pushing nearly 100 ProMs. Again, here in a minute, we're gonna pick some of these balls, do some final thoughts here on it, and then stay tuned at the end of that for the final compression piece. But definitely a good option, a nice, almost traditional one-piece type of feel. And like I said, we'll talk about that a little bit more here coming up. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for our Miken Super Freak. Again, one piece, 12.75 max load. We were swinging a 27 ounce. You heard PK talk about it, I talked about it. I think even Keith mentioned it as well. But with this one, and this is kind of what I was looking forward to, even though it was the same specs as that 873 from KP's 873 from Miken, you definitely got a different feel here. Where KP's, it felt a little bit more like a almost hybrid one-piece, two-piece, where you didn't get a ton of stiffness in here. Lots of forgiveness. Sweet spot was crazy hot. To where on this one, you get a little more of that traditional one-piece feel. Not obviously quite as unforgiving as like the original, like the Worth 454s, things like that, the Scrapulator, so on and so forth. But you get a really good feel, feedback, everything off the sweet spot, great performance. As you go higher up on the barrel, there was really very minimal drop off with that sweet spot. And as you got lower, like I said, you got that traditional kind of one piece. So this is going to be one for those, definitely those one piece, those stiffness fans, who also take kind of the BP to understand where their sweet spot is, everything like that. We will head back to the garage here after this. You'll see the final compression here momentarily, so that you can kind of figure out how much BP can you do on this one. We really don't have any webbing yet, from what I can tell. I don't see really any of them, so I can imagine that this one could do a whole bunch more swings is going to be my guess, based on the feel, which means I expect that sweet spot to open up even more, and maybe you'll start seeing more of that forgiveness a little bit lower. But definitely a good option for one-piece fans. If you're somebody who wants especially that traditional type of feel, especially if, let's say, the KP's 873 sells out, this is a perfectly good option for the next step down. Just honestly a little bit more BP on this one than perhaps KP's, where if you go to averageslowpitch.com, we put KP's as kind of out of the wrapper game ready. With this one, I would say between 50 and 100 swings, and I'll make that judgment on our rankings based on what we see for the final compression piece there. But this is one you could basically use 52s, swing it forever, or if you do go straight into, let's say, ProMs, based on what the looks like webbing wise, I'm assuming this hasn't moved much, and you could still do 100 plus kind of ProMs with this one as well. So currently, I believe this is only available, or will, sorry, only be available on Miken's website. This drop date is expected for kind of the middle of June. As of shooting this right now, I don't have an exact date, but you're seeing that date on the screen right now that I have it. If it is available over in Headbanger Sports, you'll be able to pick it up with a discount code ADS. If it's on Miken's, I don't have a code for you there, but reach out and I'll do my best to find you a discount code you can use, best pricing, whatever I can do, maybe put you in touch with one of the Hit Labs people as well to get you squared away. But regardless, hopefully enjoy the review. Hopefully it's helped you decide if maybe you want to pick this up, different Miken model, different brand, whatever it is. Regardless, thanks for supporting the channel. Have a great day. All right, let's see where this Super Freak is ending at compression-wise. Again, this one has about 100 to 120 swings total between the 52s and the ProMs. Not really seeing any webbing on it yet, so expecting this to not really have moved too much. But that puts us right at a little over 240, so probably 240, 245. Again, here in New Mexico, the elevation makes a little bit of a difference, so depending where you're at, I could see this being closer to that 250, 255 mark. But either way, like we talked about, feels good, has a good sweet spot. I would probably break this thing in a little bit more 52s if it's me, just to kind of open the barrel up. But if you need to, I mean, this thing 100% can be used from the start for those that like that traditional one-piece feel.
Thank you for watching Average Dude's Slow Pitch. Remember to like, share, subscribe for more content.